all one. I need to tell me I want to better than child, house, neighbor, lately. Not the same. Pass on. Like to all have a products. Love that they shared with love. Something that social and physical. Noted. Listen. This along with everything else along. Or well wellness, what we have now. Wellness, environmental wellness, financial, intellectual wellness, social. What wheels to on a car is all of these sectors need to be in balance. So when I have a client that meets me and we talk about finance, it's my responsibility to dig deep on all of these areas to make sure that my client is in balance as a human being, as an individual. If I only pay attention to this one area, I am not serving them well. I can give them all of the things, all of the tools, and tell them this is what's good, this is what you should do, this is how much money you should have in the savings account, this is what your retirement should look like. I can give you all of the information. What connects that information is inside of you. What makes it valuable is what's inside of you. What makes it work is inside of you. And that connection is what brings that wheel into balance. So we go through all of these attributes so that we can better understand who it is and map out the plan so that we could move forward. Our financial prosperity and physical health are directly linked to the prosperity of our soul. Understanding this truth will motivate us to shift our focus from seeking financial prosperity and physical healing first to making a priority of developing a prosperous soul. Abundance is something that you're going to attract, not something you're going to generate. You're going to attract it with the energy that you create within yourself. Our prosperity and health are natural byproducts of a healthy and prosperous soul. This revelation leads to an important question. What constitutes a prosperous soul? It's different for everyone. That's why it's important that when we meet with people, we engage with them and we listen. So when I meet with my clients, it's my responsibility to listen to what's valuable to them. In this journey, we discover the essential keys that will result in establishing a prosperous soul and a healthy and prosperous life. It all connects. True self. When you look in a mirror, you look for reassurance. Is my hair right? Do I look good today? That's what I'm looking for. When you truly look in a mirror, and there is a difference, you don't look at yourself, you look for yourself. You look for revelation, not for reassurance. When we discover the unique gift the universe gave to us, and we put that gift at the service of our goals, reformation and alignment with abundance begins. I am here to uplift humanity through self-realization, self-mastery, and selfless service. We understand this, and it's unspoken. When I went around with the bowl with the pennies and said, take what you need, innately you took enough to gauge for everyone else in the room. You made room for everyone else. And that's what you do with your gift. So it's up to us to discover our gift and share it with the world. In doing so, financial wellness becomes a byproduct of that journey. The first thing Robin said was, I don't want to be greedy. So she only took a little bit, right? It's natural that you look out and you're concerned for those around you.
Especially when it's watching you.
Strategy. Now this is where it comes into play. To have a plan, to have direction, a blueprint, to strategize, that is the foundation of progress, right? With careful and thorough forethought, there is no problem that can't be overcome. The plan is more than just preparation. It is to conceive of a desired outcome, to define the shape of one's future. When a plan is fully realized, there is no one and nothing that can stand in the way. So I don't choose my future. I choose my habits, and my habits will develop my future. So looking at the word empower, it includes the word we. We've talked about connection and how important that is to wellness, including financial wellness. And as we're here, March 22nd, which is Women's History Month, I would like to take a moment to recognize one of the greatest of all time. Norma Jean. A lot of people love this brand. She is absolutely fantastic and a phenomenal woman, right? Ella Fitzgerald was not allowed to play at the popular Macambo in Hollywood because of her race. Marilyn, who loved her music and supported civil rights, called the owner of the Macambo and told him that if he would book Ella immediately, she would take a front table every night. The owner said yes, and Marilyn was there, front table, every night. After that, Ella never had to play in a small jazz club again. Ella said she was an unusual woman, a little ahead of her times, and she didn't know it. That's Ella Fitzgerald about Marilyn. That's connection. That's discovering your gift and sharing it with the world. She's not found to be beautiful because of what she looked like. She was radiating the beauty from within. She understood the simple act of being a good friend. She connected to it. And that's what makes Marilyn beautiful to this day. Her brand is immortalized. She lives on. This sound is what connects us. This sound is the beginning of all life. Heartbeat is the start of all life. It's sound that connects all of us. We are all connected. We all have a different gift, but the journey back to self and the journey to wellness is within. My name is Jornviever. I am the president of Pure Credit Club, where we revitalize credit, teach you how to leverage that so that you're able to use it toward your benefit. Transforming lives is our goal and our mission. And this is our telephone number, area code 801-895-4567. Please give us a call. We would love to embark on this journey with you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. As to Sarah Jane also, she's taking over for the events committee for Women in Leadership. So she's going to come up and facilitate some questions while we transfer the media over. So we'll also have.
So we can take questions if people have questions, or I can help ask the questions. But are there any questions? Yes. If you say your name so that we all get to know you.
Yeah. Thank you for your presentation. I love the wellness wheel and how everything is interconnected.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was interesting, like I'm looking at the pennies that I took. You said take what you need.
Take what you need.
And what really struck me is that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with it, so I don't know how much I should take.
Huh?
And it's really interesting because I came to a realization very recently. I have a 26-year-old daughter who recently got engaged. She lives in New York City, in Brooklyn. Thank you. And I came to this realization, like when that event occurred, I realized I don't want to make the mistakes that my own parents made by like moving really far away and isolating themselves. And I was like, I have it. Like I'm like I have money and I have the means to like be close
Makes sense.
to my family.
Uh-huh.
And it was really interesting because when I was thinking about take what I need, I was like, I have everything I need. I need to make sure that with the lens of my values and my beliefs and my purpose, I need to use that money.
Love that.
And had this realization, I can't take it with me. So I made decisions like I'm going to buy another home in New York so I can be close to her and all of that kind of stuff. And it hasn't been for a very long time that real estate invested in New York City. It's been a bad deal. So, I'm looking at it that way, but it really struck me when it was like what you need. And I was like, I had all the thoughts that Robin had. Then I was like, is she going to take everything away from me and this is all that I'm left with? But it was a good reminder that the investments that I make are not just financial investments, they are like emotional investments, relationship investments, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And money is not the end, it's a means to an end.
It's a tool.
And when my attitude about that changed years ago, I mean, I'm older, but when I was a younger person, I was all about building wealth. And now I'm like, how do I spend down my money? So all that's left is enough to cover the estate taxes on my estate. Right?
Yeah, right. Enjoying the fruits of your days.
Yes,
right?
exactly. It's
Enjoying it.
Yeah. But can I give this back to you?
No, keep them. They carry with us. It's not that I think it's a refreshing reminder of the experience itself.
Yeah.
You can leave a penny. Before we move on to the next question in the room, I do want to remind bingo attendees, we've got 10. If you have a question, just hit the icon, the hand up icon, and Jake will facilitate that.
Excellent. We have another question from the group. Yeah, right here. Please say your name.
Oh, I'm Caroline Correct, and I have a question. So do you mainly help individuals or businesses?
Both. We help individuals, we help businesses, we help individuals that would like to start businesses. We help businesses that would like to expand. We help everybody. We help everybody because everybody's dream deserves to be realized.
Go ahead.
Can we close this up? I don't know.
On the pennies?
Yeah.
It can be different for everyone because everything is perspective, right? Perception is reality. And so it can be different for everyone. If everyone has a moment, we can do a little exercise if we have a moment to answer this question. If you have a paper and a pen, everyone write down your favorite color and 2 adjectives to describe that color. You can keep it in your head if you would like. And then write your favorite animal and 2 adjectives to describe that animal. Now, as you go through this and you understand that with communication, it's happening externally, but it's also happening internally. So as I communicate with myself, that's what I end up offering to the world, right? So I need to understand that there's 2 sides to communication, including how I'm communicating with myself. So there's intention and there's perception. And the only way for me to gauge if I'm communicating effectively is if my intention is in alignment with your perception. Because perception is reality. Same with within, when I'm communicating with myself. So what ends up happening is the color is your perception of how people see you. So those 2 words that you use to describe the color, that's your perception of how you think people see you. The animal, the 2 words that you use to describe the animal, that is your intention. The goal is to align the 2. How do I align the 2? Not only externally, but internally. So the question is always the answer. what do the pennies mean to you? Right? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I did it with I was normally I'd take 2, be 3, 1, and share. And I was like, oh, I'm not in wealth building mode. I'm just gonna grab, if someone's giving me free money, this time I'm gonna go outside my comfort zone, I'm just gonna grab a whole handful. Because I think as women, we often take too little. And we're really settled for too little, so for me, I was like, yeah, I'm breaking that. I'm just gonna go for a whole handful.
Exactly.
Help me in my wealth building goals.
And see, and that's where you are. That's what she started with. That's where I was, right? That's where I'm in that mode. So it's what do the pennies mean to you? Fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
That's
That's
our
it.
time for
Okey
questions.
doke.
I'm so sorry.
I think Amber had one. I'll answer Amber's question.
For the last question, this is perfect because mine actually piggybacks off of what you said, because you talked about how you would actually be able to monetize
Huh?
So I think as women, and we're so used to getting and not receiving.
Yes.
Into this realization power of allows to monetize not the
Absolutely.
images. I was just wondering if you had a moment in your life where that really came to you, where you said, yes, I work it, yeah, I get it.
You know what? I think I was always trained for that. And I think I got that gift from my mother and my aunts and my grandmothers. So I am grateful to them that they instilled that in me. That they told me that true beauty in a woman is within. So I was always searching for something within. All of the difficult things in life, God made and put in difficult spaces. If I want a pearl, I gotta go to the bottom of the ocean floor and open up that oyster and that clam. I have to mine for gold, right? So that gift that you have, Jean-Pierre, I need you to mine for it. I need you to look for it. Because it's the only one in the world, and I need you to share it with everyone. They programmed me, they did a fantastic job. So I think I had a lot of really aware and conscious women that took their experience and let me see it, let me grow from it. I'm everything they are and everything that they are not.
I just wanted to add to that. Funny, I was talking to Angela and I have conversations about this all the time, and why we love being part of the community so much, and then it goes hand in hand with us doing working in finance. Things, but one thing that her and I have in common is, so going back to the exercises, so I took what I thought I needed, but yet I thought I need to leave enough for the rest.
Yes.
And it's funny how you said
It's amazing.
funny how we all kind of did that.
Huh?
So going back to kind of where I came from and everything that I do in life, so I didn't have all of that you said, but I have been very clear since an early age that I wanted to create the things I didn't have, whether that was a mother that it couldn't be things that I wanted to see in the world. But I have been very clear of what I feel that I need and what I want to be for those around me. And so something that is really important for me, and I love sharing that with Angela, we put ourselves in situations where maybe we're not ready for them, but we want that because we know that while going through that, we're going to be able to help those and be the people that we didn't have when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that everything kind of ties into it because we were talking about that today. And why we're doing the things that we do.
Wow.
Maybe we say, okay, we work for USA, we go here, we want to help, and we thrive on helping, small businesses and showing them the ways where they need to go. But I think for us is that we really do love and we genuinely care about what impact we're doing, right? Well, what are we impacting around us? So I
Isn't
love
that a powerful
I love
question?
Yeah.
How do we impact the people? What if that is the gauge? What if that's the measurement? How many people do I impact and influence? What is that message? And how will it carry on? What an empowering question. Thank you for having me.
And those who wanted to ask more questions, keep them, because we have lots of great people here that can answer questions as we go along. So our next speaker is Joey Albertson, and profitability coach and fractional CFO, founded Bookflow and Profitability Project, offering tailored financial services for startups to 10 million revenue companies. With expertise spanning various industries like retail, e-commerce, AI, and hospitality, Joey excels in establishing operational procedures for sustainable growth. Currently serving as fractional CFO for Frontline Group, Chelsea Reese, and Cinco AI, Joey's Bookflow team supports numerous organizations across the U.S. Alongside her professional commitments, she finds joy in parenting 3 children and supporting her husband Mark as he coaches local high school football games. So, welcome, Joey.
Thank you. I'm going to start with a quote. You will not rise to the level of your goals, but fall to the level of your systems. Right? Thank you. If you know me, I am a huge James Clear nerd. You don't know who that is, Google it. Seriously. You'll change your life.
Atomic Habit.
Thank you. Yes. He said that, and it is my life goal, right? Systems, systems, systems. Well, a little bit about me. I thank you so much for your great introduction. As she said, I'm the founder of Bookflow. I got my start in corporate finance almost a decade ago. Worked in various roles, including payroll, AP, AR, bookkeeping, and now fractional CFO and profitability coach. I started Bookflow 3 years ago as a bookkeeping company and did it on the side of my job, just kind of for fun, to be honest. And I found this love for helping other companies, as we've all said today, right? Figure out their financial goals and where they want to go. So Bookflow has naturally kind of evolved into financial consulting, and what I do now is fractional CFO work and RevOps consultant. If you don't know what RevOps is, come see me after this because I have a whole different presentation that I'd love to show you. I'm very passionate about it. And I really have gained a ton of experience in this under 5, under 10 million arena of startups and helping them get off the ground and build a solid foundation in their finances so that they can grow and scale sustainably. As she said, I'm married to a high school teacher. He teaches up at Jordan High in Sandy, and he is their head football coach with pride and joy. And I have 3 young kids who are 6, 4, and 2 years old. Okay, so my passion is helping women go from being up at night, all night, stressing if they are compliant with their taxes, if they owe a ton of money that they don't know that they owe, how they're going to make their next meal happen on the table because they don't know where the money's at. Go from that place of fear to that place of, I know exactly what my finance team does for me. I'm growing this. I know there's money in the bank. I know there's food on the table. It doesn't even cross my mind, except for when I want it to cross my mind, what's happening with my finances, because it's totally under control, right? Systems, systems, systems. So that sounds cool, right? But what does it actually mean? Again, it means that my clients are sleeping at night. They're getting paid for what they do. How many startups are there that you work for hours and years and decades and you do not get paid? Please never let that be you, okay? It's been me, don't let it be you. It means that they know that there's sustainable growth and profitability, not revenue. There's a difference, right? It doesn't mean that they're making sales upon sales. It means that they're seeing the success of their sales on the bottom line. And it means they get to spend more time doing what they love to do. How many of you got in business to be in finance? I did, but I'm the exception to the rule, right? None of you got into business to go, let's look at another P&L today, right? You have a different gift, a different passion. Let's let you spend your time doing that. You're better at that. Let me do this, right? That's what I tell my clients. So after years of doing this for a variety of different startups, I found the same problems over and over again, right? People didn't know what they were looking at. They didn't know the state of their finances. They didn't have systems in place. Or they had all these things and sales were growing and sales were booming and there was no money at the end of the day. How do you get there? So I saw this over and over and over again. And I said, there's got to be a better way. So I developed this roadmap. And this is just the basics of it. But this is what I go through with every single one of my clients. We get you clarity first. We get you structure next. And that leads to profitability, inevitably. Profitability, not revenue, right? So let's talk about, today I really want to dive into the clarity portion. And in RevOps, I do a little bit more than just finance, but we're here for finance today. And I always start with finance because it's my love, it's my baby. But today I want to talk about clarity because this is where I see a true transformation in my clients. Again, going from like
not sleeping at night, so stressed out of their minds, to like actually understanding the vision here and really feeling like they can achieve it. So that's what I'm going to focus on today, is clarity. And clarity is important because you have to know where you are right now, and you have to know where you want to go in order to get there. You will not get anywhere if you don't know where you want to go. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in this hamster wheel of, I don't know, I don't want to know, what happened to me, I can't believe, how did I get here, right? You have to have this clarity to go anywhere. So I have my clients follow 3 steps, truly 3 steps to get financial clarity and boost their financial confidence. And these are them. Number 1, define your pain points. What's going wrong today? Number 2, create a financial wish list. And number 3, define your roles and responsibilities within your, whether it's your personal finances or your business finances. You've got to know who's going to help you achieve these dreams. So I'm going to dive into this a little bit. Defining your pain points helps you get out of the cycle again of, I don't know, I really don't want to know, please don't tell me, don't make me look at it. Or I'm out of money and how the heck did I get here? Who's been there? I've been there. Right? So with all of my clients, I make them do this little exercise, and for fun today, I'm going to have you do it with me, so I feel like I taught you something. I want you to rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 on how well you know your pain points. What's going wrong in your personal or business finances? How well do you know this? I want 1 to be, I can't even function right now. I'm a zombie. I'm not sleeping. It's taking up my whole life. I don't even remember what my kid has going on today because I'm thinking about money all the time. 10 is, it's completely under control. I haven't thought about it in decades because it just is there when I need it. So write down or think in your head, what number are you on the scale? Second, determine your financial wish list. And sometimes my clients will look at me and be like, really? This is a step to financial, like, really? You're going to make me write out my dreams? Yeah, I am. I actually am. Because again, like in Alice in Wonderland, right? If it doesn't really matter which fork in the road you take, if you don't know where you want to end up. It's that important. And so I've included it in here. And determining your vision is the only way to determine your success. If you don't know where you want to end up, how are you ever going to know if you met your goal? You have to make a goal. So again, I'm going to have you rate yourself. How well do you know your financial dream? And a financial dream could be anything. It means I want to be out of debt. It means I want to make as much in my business as I made at my old job. It means I don't want to think about finance if I don't have to think about finance. I want someone else to think about finance. I don't want to be that person. It could mean that I want to sell my company for $100 million. I had a client the other day tell me, my financial dream is to create generational wealth for minorities. I was like, you win. That's the end all be all. That's like, if you don't want that, you're a loser. No. This can be anything, right? This could be anything. It could be for your family. It could be for you, like we talked about, right? It's okay to want to get paid for what you do. That can be on your financial wish list. It probably should be on your financial wish list, if you ask me. Hey, last time, so we're going to clarify your roles and responsibilities. Now, if this is your personal finance, this could be you and your spouse. It could be you and your kids. It could be you by yourself. If it's in your business, it's your financial team. But who is your finance team, and how are they helping you achieve this? What do they do for you that's going to help you achieve this? Now, with personal finance, that might mean, hey, my husband and I need to work together to talk about this financial dream that we have together and what steps we're going to take to get there. What I specialize in is business. So I go in and I look at your finance team and I say, what are they doing? Are they actually impacting your bottom line? Are they creating a return on their investment? I do that with all departments of business and rev ops, but first, again, we start with finance. Okay, so last time, I'm going to have you rate how well you know your finance team, again, personally or in business. Number 1 is going to be, I am the finance team and I don't have any background in finance. Please help me. That's an option. Number 10 is going to be, I know their dogs' names. Of course, I know what they do for me and how they help my bottom line. Okay, I have to tell the story because I've seen it too many times, and it's my very favorite story to tell. But a couple years ago, I had a client call me, and they said, hey, we love our finance team. Everything's going great. Business is booming. We've noticed that there's a few things kind of falling through the cracks, a couple transactions here and there that just really aren't making sense to us. Can you just come in and take a look? Like, of course, happy to help. Sounds like slam dunk. 18 months later, here I am. And we had to dig out all kinds of skeletons from the closet, including $2 million in unbilled revenue, right? $400,000 in unnecessary expenses, most of which they didn't even know was happening. They were like auto bill on the credit card, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Makes me want to throw up, truly. Still to this day, I'm like, okay. So we came in, we pulled everything out of the closet. We like to call it Marie Kondoing it, right? You know what that is? We pulled everything out of the closet. We put it in front of the CEO and the team and said, this is where you're at. Where are we going to go from here? What are we going to do? She defined her dream. She defined her goals for her business, for herself, what she wants her family to take home every day, and what she wants to be able to do for her kids in the future. And then we started making strategic moves throughout the company to really increase her profitability to make that dream happen. And now they rely on their numbers, they trust their numbers, they actually look at their numbers, and they use them to make data-driven decisions about their business that actually pan out how they anticipate that they will pan out because their numbers are right. And I tell this story hoping that none of you relate to this. I really hope none of you are this guy. If you are, give me a call. Please don't be. I hope that none of you are there. But what this story reminds me, and many stories like it, I've done this a lot, are the incredible power of prevention from an early stage. If you are day one in business, year one, year three, doing these three things is going to set you up for major success, just like Robin said at the beginning. This is how you create that success from day one so that you never become this guy. Please never become this guy. It's kind of my personal mission to make sure this never happens to anybody ever again. So one of my favorite quotes, and if you follow me or my business on social media, you'll see this a lot. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is today. Right? So what does that mean? Yeah, do we all wish that we had started these goals 20 years ago? I do. I'm like, man, if I had started 20 years ago, my business would be booming right now. But I didn't. So all I can do is start today. And if you are here and you're like, what do I do? You came to this session today, to this event for some reason, and you're wondering what to do next, start today. Start small, but start today. Don't let another day pass because this tree will grow. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, it's going to grow. So today, if you are one of these people who are losing sleep over your finances, you're spending way too much time on finance and not enough time on what you love to do, and you're not getting paid enough to do it, truly, you're not getting paid for all this hard work. I know you put a lot of time in. I know you do because I've been there. And you want to be the person that sleeps at night, that trusts in your profitability. There's always going to be food on the table. You're going to get paid for what you do. You work hard. You get rewarded for that fairly. And you want to spend more time doing what you love. Please follow these 3 steps. Take these home with you, okay? This is going to get you on the right track to getting that ball rolling to really move things forward personally or in your business. You're going to define your pain points. What do you not know today that you need to know, and who can help you know that? What is it? Where's the gap here? Create your financial wish list. It's okay to ask for things and visualize for things that you want out of your life. Your children, generations will appreciate that you did this today. And define your roles and responsibilities. Again, if that's you, that's okay. If you have a team behind you, that's even better, right? All of these people, but if you have a team that you don't know how they're helping you achieve this dream, they're a waste of space. You have to know what they're doing for you and how they're going to help you get to this financial wish list. Okay, so again, you will not rise to the level of your goals. You will fall to the level of your systems. Do these 3 things, you will have systems in place to get a little bit better every day and reach those financial goals. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get the tech change over the slides. So can I just have a couple questions, or are there any questions for Joey? Yes. And what's your name again?
Sure, my name is Allison.
Allison.
And it's funny, Michelle, that I actually brought my laptop with me today because I was going to come early and work on my P&L last year, so I could start my taxes.
The best time of year.
Just kind of a couple of questions of like, what are the company sizes that you typically work with? And for people that are kind of too small, or maybe they're too small for a bookkeeper, but also don't want to do it themselves, what do you say to those people?
People are gonna think that you're my client because I love that. I promise I did not pay her to be here today. Okay, so Bookflow is my fractional CFO and Rougeau-Okosun Consulting. That's where we specialize in anywhere from $2 to $10 million in revenue. And we come in and we either do it for them or we coach them on how to do it. What's really exciting, and this is brand new, but we just launched the Profitability Project because I found that so many businesses get to that $2 million range and they're the person that I told you about, right? They're already at $2 million bleeding money. And it's like, where were you 5 years ago? And I said, okay, so what can I do for those people? Because we wanted an option available for them that didn't interfere with what we're doing at Bookflow. And so I am launching a new company called the Profitability Project that is designed to essentially be business 101, but especially rooted in finance to help you create easy strategies, follow a roadmap for yourself and for your business that's going to get you there level over level over level, because you cannot sustainably grow if you don't have that solid foundation. And I hate coming in and having to clean up your books. I'll be honest with you guys, it's my least favorite thing to do. I'll do it, I will, but I don't like it. And so I found that the Profitability Project helps me, help you, get that started from day one. So if you have questions about that, come talk to me, because that is for anybody that's day one. Like if you opened your business tomorrow, you could be enrolled in the Profitability Project, and that's a really affordable, easy option to get you simple strategies, because they're very different from the $5, $10, $20 million companies. Yeah. Okay. Thank you both.
You're ready? Okay. So, Steffi, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Okay, Principal Heliotropist Consulting aids affluent families in wealth management and interpersonal dynamics. Additionally, she co-founded the High Net Worth Women Institute, contributing as the lead course designer and instructor. Her goal is to equip clients with advanced financial acumen and communication skills, fostering success in investment, wealth generation, and community leadership. With educational backgrounds from University School of Milwaukee, Pomona College, and Edinburgh Business School, she holds a dual U.S.-UK citizenship and currently lives in Salt Lake City, Utah. In her leisure, Steffi competitively figure skates and volunteers with animals. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Robin, for putting this together. I love how the three of us have just kind of dovetail I didn't know what they were going to talk about. And what we started with, and then what Joey just said, what I have to say are just this nifty little package. So, well done. And also, I love that you put this together because you said, I didn't know. I don't know. It's never too late if you don't know. Today's a good day to start knowing. And I just specifically decided to call this "You Deserve to Be Rich," because we don't get to hear this enough. And also, society's schizophrenic as hell, right? Do well, go to school, get a good job, save, buy a house, have the American dream. But Lord help you if you cross some imaginary line and become too successful. Then you are a rich jerk. Right? Nobody wants to be that. So we all have this collective weird relationship with money and investing. So I thought it was really important, given what we said, to say you deserve to be rich. And I love your exercise stealing that. And I had fun with it because I just and get used to that. I love that you changed your mind on how you're getting. In fact, I said thank you in my head because I know everyone else was able to see me, and I'm wearing this bright yellow. I didn't want to influence other people's behavior. Everyone's fine, big smile. Thank you. I thought, thank you for this wonderful gift. And I'm gonna take those pennies and do a reading. Anyway, so that's why I called it "You Deserve to Be Rich," because someone needs to tell you that, and I am that person. So if you need to know, call me. I'll tell you. So who am I, and why am I here talking about this? I'm from Milwaukee. I decided in junior high, my mother said, well, you should go to that private school. I'm biracial. My dad's black, my mom's white. I had a lot of trouble growing up. We got stared at in public a lot. So I was bullied, and I didn't want to go to high school with the same kids. My mom said, go to university school. Okay. I'm 13. I didn't even think about the money. This is a private school. I applied, and they took me. And a long, fun story. Anyway, these were the very wealthy people in Milwaukee. A lot of this was old generational money. They did not care who I was or who my parents were. I was very well accepted. And I learned from the inside from a young age, what does real wealth look like? What do they do? What do they not do? So that's how I learned. I started working in the family office wealth management space when I moved to London to get my MBA. And got a job, and I've been working in the family office space in various capacities for, I counted it up, 17 years. I had a front row seat for this veiled world. Family office, if you're not familiar with the term, means simply it's a legal entity for a very wealthy family that's created a lot of money. It's not fancy, it's a legal entity, it's not an actual office in the back of someone's house. And I became really passionate about sharing what I know because it's a veiled world, but there's no gatekeeper. Walk right in. Listen, I've sat through hundreds of financial presentations in the course of my work. And I realized, hey, I've learned. And we can all learn from their best practices. So how does deserve going with your penny exercise? You deserve to be rich. What just happened? How'd that feel? How'd that hit you? How'd that hit your heart? How'd that hit your gut? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you frustrated? Were you curious? That's like your penny exercise. This is a good clue to where am I? And wherever you are is okay. I'm here to meet you where you are today. If you're not there, it scares the hell out of you. You don't think you deserve it. All right, we'll work with that. If you're all like me, grab the pennies, going cool. Let's go. Cool. There's something here for you. So I call this the art and science of wealth. And I've loved that you didn't just say a word about actual money. That was super cool. That's the art. And we need more of those talks. And then I love what Joey had to say about specifically how do you do this. So I'm going to really get into some investing stuff. Anyway, what is the art? What does it mean to you? What does the money mean to you in your life? This is art. This is the fun part of money. Money's not supposed to be serious all the time. You can have fun with it. And one of my animals is otter. And I like otters because they're playful and social. Money can be that way too. The science, the portfolio construction. This is where we, in particular as women, go, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to stay safe. I'll just put it in the savings, which at least now you get something for. 5%, not bad. But saving isn't enough to do it. And you've got to be doing all these things together. In all the years that I've been working in the family office space and gone to a lot of conferences, what I've seen is that people who are wealthy and happy and all that good stuff have some really good systems and they're the best advisors. And some of this is standard, universal, some of it you will decide what it is. So the science, here's some unconventional ideas on investing. Portfolio construction 101. And if we were doing a class, we'd go through some more depth. But I'm going to run through this just so you know. What are the asset classes? Because I taught my first class on this 4 years ago. 2 out of 15 women knew all the asset classes at this time. So you've got cash and cash equivalents. You've got equities, which means stocks. You've got fixed income, which means bonds usually. You've got commodities, metals, oil, gas, and agriculture. And you've got derivatives, don't touch it, that's weapons of financial destruction. That's institutional stuff, but I just wanted to let you know. Those are the public markets. Now, private markets, the real assets, real estate and collectibles. So that means like cars, watches, wine, whiskey, things like that. And of course, real estate. Alternatives, hedge funds, capital, or venture capital, private equity. And just a quick note on cryptocurrency, that's controversial. I think it's speculative. I don't call it an investment, but other people do. Up to you to decide what that is. So here's the secret sauce. I love doing this one. No one's probably ever seen this chart. I've tried to keep it really simple. Emulate the super wealthy. This, 5-10 years ago, this would have been impossible for the average person. Things are changing so fast, it's wonderful. We can. All of us can, whether you are an accredited investor or not. I'll get into what that is in a minute. But you'll notice that I try to keep this simple. This is from the BlackRock 2022 Global Family Office Report. There's orange, there's yellow. 60% about is the public market stuff. 40% is the private market stuff. 2 keywords, private markets. Yes, you can. And that's what makes people wealthy. This right here is the difference between middle class and wealthy. So what do the middle class do? Typically W-2 income only. Savings, mutual funds, if you're doing anything at all, stocks, maybe a few, strictly public market stuff. Relying on IRA and 401k to provide retirement income. Having one financial advisor if you've got any, or you're totally DIY. You're doing your own taxes, don't do that. You need help. But that's what they go, oh, well, I'll just do TurboTax. Okay, there's so much more to it than that. And tax is a wealth building strategy. It's the other half. Investors want tax plans. No comprehensive plan. Like, well, my friend said that stock was really good, and that was like Apple went massively down today. Maybe I should buy that. That's not a comprehensive strategy. And you've got no ongoing financial education. You need this. You need to be constantly learning. So what are the super wealthy do? MO stands for modus operandi. My ninth grade Latin, MO. That's what it means. What are they doing? They have a variety of sources. So don't be discouraged if you've got W-2, and you can get wealthy with W-2. But there's really easy ways to start having a business and doing investments. Private markets, like I just emphasized. The IRA and the 401k is a whole other discussion I'd love to have with you. It's not the best way of doing things, and there are reasons for that you want to. I wrote a whole ebook out of creating this talk, and I'll send it to you all so we can get into that later because I know we only have so much time. They have multiple specialist wealth advisors. They have tax returns done not by themselves, that they have professionals. They have systems, first generally systems and processes, waiting for that. You've got to have it, and they're organized, and they have reporting. They know what they're doing, where it is, and where it's going. And they're learning from mentors, masterminds, and they're doing something called club investing, which is just getting together and doing it together. So it's easier now, like I said, than ever because of new regulations to be able to copy what they're doing. So easy things to do. Paper trade stocks. What does paper trade mean? That means you do a simulation. I'm running a class in that. We're going to do a workshop, and then we're going to do a 6-month. That is, if you're scared, oh, I'm going to lose my money on this stuff. Paper trade. You can do a simulation. You can run it, and you can watch and see, and you can learn without risking a penny. Easiest thing you can do. Invest in REITs. If you want to get into real estate, that's real estate investment trust. Easy way to start an investment. Funds are your friends when you're just getting going. Don't try to sit and figure it out all on your own. Get into a fund. They figured it out. They're running it. They're doing the reporting, everything. VC funds, like for example, I'm in one called Sweater out of Boulder. It's a VC fund. This is awesome. I don't think you have to be accredited to do it, but that's one example. Get into a mentor program. Do some crowdfunding. Get into an angel investing fund. Get into a mastermind. Read the books. YouTube, you can learn anything on YouTube. Anything. Go there. What is accredited investor really quickly? Either you have a net worth of $1 million, again, single or together, or you have annual income as a single person of $200K a year, at least for the last 2 years, and you expect to have the same, or $300K for a married couple. It's been changed and updated now by the SEC. You can be a person working in an investment company and be able to, so let's say you are a vulnerable person, you can still get into that fund. Stop walking naked on Wall Street. Here's the thing, Wall Street's set up for institutions. It is not set up for us individuals or retail investors. You've got to be smarter. You've got to figure out how to control for those things. So the internals are your own greed, your own fear, which we as humans all have. It's okay. There are 16 investor biases you need to be watching. And emotional decision making. Like, ooh, that just happened. Read it. Apple's down. Lay down. DOJ suing them. Awesome. I'm going to jump on that. Emotional investing is not a good idea. The systems and processes save you from that. And then the externals that you can control are the various kinds of risks. A few are market, political, economic, legal, and like I said, the financial system that is not set up to benefit you. Set up for bigger companies to make money. So that's the science part. Now I hope I've given you something to think about what concretely to do. Now let's talk art. That's great. So what does rich or wealthy mean for you? Think about that. How does that feel? Think about the penny exercise. Stealing that penny exercise. And I love to get the questions. Yeah, too. If that hits you in a funny place, then sit with that and figure out why. What bothers me? What did I get? My mother, unfortunately, wasn't terribly thrilled that after she told me to go to this private school, that I'm around all these wealthy people. She would say, well, Mom, Steffi, they have resources. Okay. And you too can have resources if you do have resources. How you feel about the money is what you're going to allow yourself to have. That's why that bowl is so amazing. What she just offered you free money. How did you feel about that? What did you do? And then take stock of your identity. I'm an identity over mindset person. I think mindset is used too frequently. That's the mouth of the river. The headwaters are your identity. Who are you? The mindset comes out of that. Let's talk about that. And where are you? Are you in survivor or what I call sure driver mode? If you're in survivor, you're just you took 2 pennies and hope that maybe she passed the ball around again. How safe does it feel to you to have? If it's when I was younger, like I wasn't comfortable, so I'd spend it. I'd get rid of it as fast as I could. So it wouldn't matter what I made. I found ways of pushing it out because I wasn't comfortable. Is it a tool or a god to you? And to your point, when we are just chasing money, it's your god. It really is like in the 10 Commandments, the part where Aaron makes the golden calf and worshiping that. It's not supposed to run you. You are supposed to run it. And I see people struggling with money to very wealthy people struggling with that concept. Is money fun or hard, serious, fun? Or can you handle the power of money? It is power. I've got a bunch of pennies. Cool, what am I going to do now? Oh, that's freaky, especially for us women. That's a lot of power. Who are you without the money? You really need to understand that, because if the money went away, and very wealthy people lose it and earn it back all the time, who are you without it? That can't be your identity. And how do lack, fear, and greed show up in your life? That's really worth sitting with, because these are ideas that will influence your identity and how you're going to do it. Your peers, who you have around you, is very important, both on the professional side and then on the personal side. You want to have people, you don't have to get rid of your friends who aren't rich, but be careful of those who are like, I don't talk to my mom about money anymore, because I'll get the long stuff and the resources. Well, it's easy for them, but I don't need to hear it. It's hers. So make sure that you've got people around you. Don't tell the wrong people the wrong things. Be careful. How do they discuss it? How do they respond when you win? This is how you evaluate who you've got around you. And then who's cheering for you, no matter what. Whether you're up, whether you're down. And then your advisors are very important. That's a whole other thing we haven't got to talk about today. But then also how you communicate with people about money. Communications and money can make or break all your relationships. Really important thing. And this is my friend. She is a rock star. Her stage name is Britt Lightning. And she's with the band Vixen. That picture came up in my Facebook feed. I'm like, I gotta use that because to me, that's how wealthy feels. All visually, the feeling that everything coming off of her. Because ultimately, what do you want the money for? It's to feel these things. The most important things in the world are love, connection, relationship, and your highest self-expression. Everything you buy is meant for, ooh, I want to have that because it's going to make me feel better, or it's going to make me think I'm sorry. You're like, I bought this dress. Ooh, now I feel good. And that's what it's really for. That's what the underlying cause is. That's what money is really all about. Here's what you can start doing today. Do something after, you've heard 3 amazing people talk about this. Do something, please. Get curious. Commit to learning. Weekly. Don't just, set aside an hour. This is my money hour. I'm going to learn. Pick one asset class that interests you. Do stuff that interests you, please. Don't just, crypto is going to need a lot of money. If you don't get it, it doesn't make any sense to you. It doesn't do it for me. I'm spending my time learning about other things. Do that. Pick one. Find classes to attend. I've got stuff going on with my companies, and I'll be glad to run something for this group if you want to. Find small ways to do simulation or start with small investments. Set up record keeping in systems now. Don't do it later. Now is good. And get a mentor, get into a mastermind group. Do the internal personal work as you're going along. And calculate what it will cost you to do nothing. And then set some goals for where you want to go. In closing, the wealth is you. It's you. You almost said that exactly. The money's great, but really it's only as good as you are and what you do with it and how you feel about it. And I have one more time. You deserve to be rich. So go for it. Questions? Yeah. Go. Hi.
Hi. I'm April.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I love what you called out. It doesn't matter how much money you make more money if you're not managing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that I had to learn. We were based down like I was 15, and I thought, well, if I make more, if I make X amount of dollars, and I do this, and I had this epiphany. It's like, wait, you're not managing money right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that up. It's not more. I knew someone who was a doctor making $500,000 a year, and his receptionist had a better high net worth than 50 grand. No lie, because she was managing and he was spending. Yeah.
Similar to that, I love how you talk about and talked about peers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an aspect of like the more money you make, more money, more problems. Some people would say, right?
Level, redouble.
Yeah. But I think that's so important to evaluate because, when you get to a point where you are achieving and you're accomplishing, not everybody around you is going to be happy about that. So it's super important to look at your peers. And one of the bullet points on there was notice how they react when you fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a friend who has a trust fund, and I had to help her work out how she was going to start telling people that she wasn't picking up the tab at dinner every time, and who her friends really were. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you don't have to cut them off, but you may need to. Some you may, but some you outgrow, and some you love them and you don't tell them about the money. Yeah.
Let's do one more question.
Go.
Yeah. And then just to follow up on that, I think that's true also, especially when you're trying to accomplish certain things, you may want to make a financial decision. anything that you're talking to it here, but they try to talk them out of it. Like you said, well, if you don't have the resources, we're not Jack and Jill. So it is important to have people around you who guide you and just push you into better.
Yeah, I have 2 books I really recommend, and then I'll stop. We Need to Talk by Jennifer Risher. It's about, and you can hit me up and I'll send you these things if you can, but We Need to Talk, Jennifer Risher, R-I-S-H-E-R. She and her husband started working for this little company called Microsoft, and then he left and started working for another little company called Amazon. And they came from very, very middle class. And the book chronicles how their lives changed and how it's really interesting to see. The other really good one is Frances Stroh, S-T-R-O-H. I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember Stroh's beer. It's gone now. But Stroh's beer was a thing, and she was one of the kids, and that's called Beer Money. And that's the story of how her family spent all their money. Very interesting. So that's I know we're way over time. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. The presenters are going to stick around so you can ask them some questions. We also like to do a little bit of networking. We're running really late, but Carolyn is one of our board members. And so if you're new or this is your second time and you want to get to know some more people in this room, Carolyn's going to stand up and go to the back and she will do a quick speed networking and you guys can exchange numbers and get to know each other. Otherwise, you can just visit amongst yourselves. And then visit with our presenters. And we are so grateful, honestly, those that joined us online to spend their time with us, and for everybody willing to support this ecosystem. Our biggest goal in Women in Leadership for Silicon Slopes is to have our women in other spaces, in other rooms, representing powerful, strong, educated women. So please continue to look out for other opportunities. And if you show up and you're the only female in the room, make sure next time you bring 2 friends. Don't not go back. Bring more next time. Thank you guys have a great day. Eat more food. Thanks again to US Bank for doing the room. And again, for our presenters are going to hang out. You can come talk to them too. Carolyn, again,